Hey guys, SHYLEENSHAWN here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please take the time to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. Also, follow me on my Instagram at SHYLEENSHAWN. I'm doing a giveaway that ends Thursday, January 17th at noon EST. So if you're interested in that, it's for 50 free cross listings to Mercari or to Poshmark, and the entry's very easy. What other bookkeeping do I have to do? Like I said, please subscribe. Half of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, and that hurts me. Maybe you don't like me and you like my content. I don't know how you separate those two, but that's fine. But please subscribe if you're here and you've been watching my videos and you keep coming back for more. Thank you. But today we're here to do a what sold video. As you guys know, or if you don't know, I am a full-time reseller. I sell on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, ThredUp Luxe, Tradesy. If you know there are people there, I probably have a couple of my items there. And I did these what sold videos back in July. I did them the entire month. If you want to go watch them, they're there. But I wanted to do them again because I know they're really helpful and they're my favorite videos to watch. What sold, to actually see what brands are selling for how much. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to do it for the rest of January. If it goes into February, I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna do from January 1st to January 12th. Yes, so the first 2 weeks of January I had 25 orders. I know a lot of people may have more, you may have had less. That's where I'm at. I'm not where I want to be this month, but I have to take into account, which somebody brought up and I think everybody else should take into account, that there are 800,000 people who are not getting a paycheck right now, and a lot of them probably do shop on Poshmark and they probably buy a lot of things that they can't buy right now. So that sucks for them and also for everybody else, for the economy. I mean, you have that many people who don't have money right now, who are living on whatever they have in their bank account, and a lot of us already live paycheck to paycheck. But yeah, I had to take that into account, plus of course some personal responsibility, some self-reflection. I've not been working as much as I was working when I was pulling in numbers that I was happy with. Part of that is because of mental health reasons and just family stuff I've been going through that's been stressing me out. Another reason is my boyfriend has been home, so when you work from home and somebody else is home, it's really hard. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. So when somebody else is here, why would I work when we can sit down and watch TV, when we can eat together, and we can play games, and we can do all of that? So yeah, I'm hoping February is a lot better. January could still easily pick up. I will let you guys know, as of January 16th, I am at a little over $750 in sales and take-home pay for the month. Not where I want it to be. By the 15th, I would love to be at $1,000, because then that kind of puts me on track to do $2 grand for the month, which is a happy spot for me right now. But it looks like I'm probably going to be a couple $100s short at the end of the month. If that changes, of course, that's great. But we're going to get into this video. I have 25 orders, and yeah, if that sounds like something that interests you, just keep on watching. Okay, so the first item that I sold is a New It Tags Athleta sweater. It's sold on offer to likers, and I paid too much for it. I paid $9.60 for it. It was New It Tags. I believe retail was over $80, but $9.60, that's just too much. That's not how much I'm trying to spend. My average cost of goods is under $5, so that was a little bit high. It did take 10 weeks to sell, and my earnings were $18.50. When I say earnings, that is after any fees. That's after the Poshmark fees, and that's after any shipping discounts, like the $1.50 I offered off of this one. So $18.50 is actually what got deposited into my account. So my profit was $8.90, which is under $10. I strive for an over $10 profit margin, and I'm looking at my sales and my profits for these, and a lot of these are bad buys. So some of these were bad buys, and some of them were really quick flips that I didn't care too much about. But yeah, you'll see. I mean, they're my sales. I think whether or not your sales are good or poor or anything is subjective to you. I don't care what anybody else thinks about my sales. I'm just here to share them. I know that I've been trying, and I'm happy I even have these sales. I mean, But yeah, we're gonna go into the second sale. The second order is sold on best offer. Majority of my items sell on best offer, and it was a two-piece plus size bundle, a Avenue dress, and a Lane Bryant blazer. And my earnings for that was $28, and on average they took 8 weeks to sell. Not too bad, and they sold on Poshmark. So those were my first two sales of the year. They sold on the second, and I didn't have any sales on the first. So then Thursday the 3rd, we didn't have any sales. I've had quite a few $0 days, so far we have the 1st and the 3rd. So on Friday the 4th, I sold a Peruvian Connection brown Pima cotton midi dress on best offer on eBay. I paid $4.48 for that dress, and my earnings were $19.09, so I made a $14.61 profit. Not too bad. But it did take 20 weeks to sell, so that's what I'm not happy about. I wish that was more in, you know, the 4 to 8 range. 20, that's a bit long. Next item I sold is a Team USA soccer scarf that sold on Mercari. I paid $1 for it. My earnings were $6.08. My profit was $5.08. I was ready to let that go for whatever because I don't really think I should have bought it. It took 2 months to sell. And I do pay shipping on Mercari, so it cost me $2.92 to ship that out. But yeah, I mean, it was $1, so I mean, I guess it's not too bad. I still turned $1 into $6, but just not the flips I'm trying to have, if we're being quite honest. Not the flips I'm trying to have. So then we have Saturday the 5th. I have no sales, so that is now my third $0 day of the month. Like I said, January. January, she's been a little rough. But the next item I sold was on best offer. It's a new with tags American Eagle striped off the shoulder top. I usually only buy American Eagle if it's new with tags or under $1. Usually it has to be both. I paid 80 cents for that shirt. It took a month to sell. My earnings were $8.14 and my profit was $7.34. It sold on Mercari. And I paid the shipping for that, which was $2.66. Mercari usually charges $4 for shipping if it's under a pound. If something weighs under 10 ounces, for me, I typically do the ship on your own option, and I buy my shipping through pirateship.com. It's pretty cheap, $2.66, $2.92. You know, that's not a lot to ship something, and I got to keep some of my money because Mercari usually charges $4. So that is the first sale of Sunday the 6th. The second sale we have is on eBay, and it's a Ann Taylor navy gold tweed fringe blazer. That took a day to sell, which was really good, and it sold on best offer. I paid $4 for that blazer, which is a bit high for Ann Taylor. I don't like to pay that much for it, but the blazer was really cute. My earnings were $17.95 and my profit was $13.95. The next sale we have that day is also eBay, and it took 2 days to sell. It's another blazer that sold on best offer. It's a new with tags Liz Claiborne tartan plaid blazer jacket. I paid $2.40 for that jacket, and it was new with tags like $179, something crazy for Liz Claiborne. It took 2 days to sell on eBay. My earnings were $17.07 and my profit was $14.67. So that's not bad at all. Those are good sales. Those are the type of sales that I want. So that was it for Sunday the 6th. Moving on to Monday the 7th. The first sale I have is a Banana Republic blue velvet belt. I like picking up belts. I usually only buy them if they're under $1. I paid 80 cents for this one. It took a little over a week to sell on Poshmark, and my earnings were $7.05 and my profit was $6.25. And then the second sale that I had on Monday the 7th was a Free People beach coral rolled sleeve top that sold on offer to likers on Mercari. I got that item for free. Two people sent me free mystery boxes, so I got that item for free. My earnings were $9.25, so my profit was $9.25, and I paid $4.25 to ship that out. Yeah, why did I pay $4.25? I don't know. Mercari's $4, so I don't know if I hit ship on your own and it weighed over, you know, and it just ended up being more than the Mercari shipping. That might have been when I realized that if it's 10 ounces and under, I need to hit ship on your own, and if it's 10 ounces and over, I needed to just get the $4 Mercari label. Moving on to Tuesday the 8th, the first sale that we have. I had some surprising sales this day. I sold a Burberry red paisley tie. I like to buy ties. I pay under $1 for them. As you can see, when it comes to accessories, I really don't like paying more than $1. Ties, belts, purses, I'll pay up for, of course, even though that's an accessory, but things like ties and belts, scarves, anything like that. I'm really trying to keep my cost of goods super low. But I got this Burberry red paisley tie for 80 cents. It took a little over a week to sell. My earnings were $12 and my profit was $11.20. That sold on Poshmark. And then I sold another tie, which was a vintage Christian Dior red print silk tie. That also took a little over a week to sell. That one sold for a little bit more. I accepted best offers on both of them. My earnings were $16 and my profit was $15.20. So those were two really good sales. Flipping 80 cents into $12 into $16. I'm here for that. And I was surprised I sold two ties back to back. Wednesday the 9th, we have some sales. I sold a maxi dress using my emoji discount. If you guys don't know, if you're ever interested in something, drop me a lightning emoji on a listing and I will send you a personal discount. So my good sis Heather, she's bought a couple items from me. She purchased this and my earnings were, I sent her, I had the dress listed at $10 and I honestly did not care about the dress. I just wanted it gone. She dropped me an emoji. I'm okay with selling items I have listed at $10 for less than $10. If they're listed at $10, I don't care about them. You want them, send me an offer. But she sent me an offer and she got the dress for a really good price, so that's all that matters. And yeah, I was over the dress. I paid little for it, and you know, she has a dress now that she likes and I'm happy it's gone. I made very minimal profit, but I'm okay with that because it's out of my house. That was the goal. The dress is really cute. It had a lot of likes. I just think it's the brand. It was a New York & Company dress. New York & Company is really hit or miss with me. Sometimes it sells for decent. It always sells for, not always, because this one didn't. It usually sells for a good profit because I buy them cheap, but they usually take longer to sell. And sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. They usually I usually have a good return on investment because I buy them cheap, but they usually take a long time to sell and they usually don't sell for much. But the return on investment is good, just like for ties. I'm okay flipping 80 cents into $12 or 80 cents into $16. I'm okay with that. A lot of people aren't. But yeah, so that sold, which was good. I'm so happy that that sold. And then another item sold. Mind you, I had that dress for 29 weeks. So I've had that dress since the second week of June. And it was a cute dress. I just, you know, I think it was the brand. I sold another dress that I had for quite a while. I had it for 16 weeks and it was a Anthropologie Corey Lynn Coulter gingham dress that sold on best offer. I paid $6 for it because I knew it was Anthropologie. My earnings were 20 and my profit was 14. So I wanted a higher profit just because the comps for that dress were a lot better than what I sold my dress for. But I had already sat on the dress for 16 weeks. We're in the dead of winter. A lot of people aren't looking for an off-the-shoulder gingham dress, so I let it go for that best offer price because I already had it I've had it for 4 months since September, so that's just too long. Wrapping up Wednesday sales and going into Thursday, we have a full price sale, which was really great, really good sale to start my Thursday off with. And it was a vintage Pendleton wool tartan plaid skirt, size 18, so it's a 1X. I paid 80 cents for that skirt and it sold for 30 plus shipping. So my earnings were $26.38 and my profit was $25.58, and that sold on eBay. And it took 5 weeks to sell, so that's not too bad. I also sold another skirt on eBay. It was a Ann Taylor Loft green plaid skirt. I paid 80 cents for that skirt and somebody sent me a $10 offer for it. You can have it. My earnings were $8.89 and my profit was $8.09, so I think that's great. And then my last sale on Thursday was actually a ThredUp Luxe sale. I sold a jacket that I sent them in. I paid $50 for that jacket and I sourced it online. It sold in a day on ThredUp Luxe. My earnings were $140, so my profit was $90, and ThredUp Luxe sold it for $199.99. So their profit, I think they made like 60 bucks off the jacket themselves. So really good sale for me, good sale for them. Everybody's happy. $90 profit. I'm here for it. The money in my ThredUp Luxe account is being used for a trip I have planned. I already have my flight booked, so now I'm just getting money to pay for the hotel and all of that. So really happy. We have 2 days left, Friday the 11th and Saturday the 12th. So Friday the 11th, I had a decent amount of sales. That was a good day. The first item that I sold was a pair of Clark's bronze flats. I was watching Little Black Hanger's video and she actually just picked up these same flats. I sold these on eBay for $30. My earnings were $26.38 and my profit was $18.38. I paid $8 for those, which seems high, you know, to buy something to flip, but Clark's are expensive. They have loyal customers. Their shoes are, they're comfortable, so I guess they're orthopedic, but they're really cute. I don't look at Clark's and think of, you know, non-stylish shoes. Their shoes are actually cute. I own a pair of Clark's, so I paid $8 for those. I knew they would sell. They sold in 3 weeks, and I made an $18 profit on them. The next item I sold on Poshmark, and it was a Ann Taylor blue and white striped tie front top that sold in a couple of days on Poshmark. I was really surprised. Somebody sent me an offer of $20, so my earnings were $16 for that. The next item I sold, I showed in my plus size thrift haul. Definitely go check that out if you're plus size, or if you just want to see a plus size girl talk about plus size clothes and what I look for as a 1X gal. But I show a lot of really cute plus size dresses and all my favorite things that I love about them, and one of those sold that same day. So she messaged me on Instagram. I shot her a price, told her I could send her a PayPal invoice. She did, and my earnings were $16.94 for the dress, because I told her I think $25 including shipping. So the shipping ended up being like $7.50 or $8, somewhere around there. But I'm happy to give somebody a deal, and for another plus size girl to have a really cute dress that makes her feel amazing. So I don't really care about the profits for those. The next item I sold, I actually bought from the Goodwill website. If you don't know, Goodwill does have a website. There are lots of stores on there. You can bid on items, you can search up brands and just try to find items on there. It's very tedious and it's not my favorite way to source, and I've gotten bit on a lot of items that I've sourced from there. So I would definitely be careful. This one was a New It Tags NBA store Cleveland Cavs duffel. I ended up paying $12.39 for it, but it was New It Tags, so I figured, you know, let me try it. I needed more men's items. It sold, but it took a little while to sell. It took 11 weeks to sell. My earnings were $12.80, so my profit was 41 cents. So definitely not something I'm going to do again. I am at a point this month to where I'm accepting offers on a lot of things, especially lower offers, just because I would rather have that $12.80 right now than to wait 10 more months. Not 10 more months, what am I talking about? Than to wait like 2-3 more months for it to sell for $10 more. I don't have time for that. I would rather have that $12.80 now so I can reinvest it, or just have the $12.80. Shit, I need money. I need money too, so I accepted the offer. I'm okay with the 41 cent profit, because I'm just gonna take that money and reinvest it and buy something better, to be honest. Next item I sold is a bundle. It's a 3-piece bundle, and they are all plus size. So the 2 bundles I've sold so far that I've talked about were plus size. The only 2 bundles, actually. I sold another bundle, but it's not in this set of things. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's also plus size. It was a fashion to figure black dress. I've had this dress forever. I've relisted it multiple times. I'm happy to see it go. A torrid floral velvet sweater. I knew that was gonna sell quick. And a New It Tags, a New Day top from Target that I bought for myself and I never wore. But my earnings on that were $24, so I think I sent her a $30 offer because it was, yeah, it was in my 3 for $30 sale. So the last day that we have is Saturday the 12th, and I have 4 sales to finish the video with. The first sale sold on Poshmark. It is a New It Tags Decree floral romper, and I paid $7.20 for it. First of all, that's goofy as hell. Don't pay $7.20 for New It Tags Juniors items. I mean, you know, you can do what you want, but if you were smart, I don't think that's a decision you would make. Juniors items, whether they're New It Tags or not, they don't sell for much, they don't sell fast, and I don't think anybody is on Poshmark really looking for them. So any Juniors items I buy from now on are typically under $1.50 and typically New It Tags. This, I don't know why I paid $7.20 for it. Mind you, this wasn't the 3rd week of July. I started reselling full-time in May, so this was only really like 2 weeks into my full-time reselling. So I understand I made, you know, a beginner mistake. I'm here so you don't make those. But I paid $7.20 for that romper. That's just goofy. I wouldn't even pay $2.50 for that romper today. And it took 26 weeks to sell. My earnings were $905 and my profit was $185. Not a profit I want, but I'm happy that the romper is out of my house. The next item I sold is a new at tag Seville suit, Lord & Taylor plaid tweed open front blazer that sold on best offer. I was really surprised this sold. Not surprised this sold because I knew it was going to sell, but I was just surprised. It sold on eBay though. I was surprised to get an offer for it. I paid $6.40 for it, and that's a little bit high because my average cost of goods is under $5. But it was new at tags. It was Lord & Taylor. It was tweed. It was plaid. It was everything I love. So my goofy ass paid $6.40 for it. It only took 9 weeks to sell, so I wouldn't say that was the goofiest thing I've ever done. My earnings were $21.59 and my profit was $15.19. That sold on eBay. I'm fine with that. Next item I sold is another tie. So I've sold 3 ties this month and they've all been decent profits. I paid 80 cents for this tie and it did sell on eBay. It's a Calvin Klein gray polka dot skinny tie. I've heard from a lot of people that skinny ties sell better than, you know, the regular ties. I don't know how true that is. It took a little over a week to sell though, and my earnings were $10.22 and my profit was $9.42, which I think is great, you know, from 80 cents. And then the last item that I sold was a pair of new at tag Soma pajama pants. I showed these in a recent haul. They took a little over a week to sell. My earnings were $9.05 and my profit was $7.05. So, I mean, they took a little over a week to sell, a $7.05 profit. I'm not upset with that if it only took a little over a week to sell. I'm more upset when it takes like 26 weeks for an item to sell and my profit's only $7. That's not what I'm here for. But those are all of my sales from the first week and second week of January, from the 1st to the 12th. I'm going to add up my earnings so I can see what those were. My earnings were $502.48. So that's what was deposited into my account. So for the first 2 weeks of January, that's just not where I'm trying to be in my business. That's great if you're doing more than me or doing less than me. That's on you, that's your business. But that's not where I'm trying to be personally. Like I said, I would love to be at $1,000 by the 15th of every month, because that puts me on track to do $2 grand for the month, and that's a happy spot for me. But yeah, hopefully sales get better. I hope you guys like this video and learned something. I will keep doing what sold videos if you guys want to see them, of course. Learn from me. Don't spend over $5 on new at tags juniors items. It's goofy, doesn't make too much sense. Yeah, and just be smart about your shit. As you can see, a lot of my profits were under $10. Majority of my profits were under $10 for this video, and I'm hoping for my next video it's not like that. So I will see you guys in my next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed, because I know half of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, and I do feel offended, okay? Follow me on Instagram at SHYLEENSHAWN if you want to see, I guess, more of my personal life and just like daily tips and tricks and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Enjoy your day and subscribe again for the 1000th time. Peace out.